How do I hold my heart? What do I do in a negative relationship? There's so many different things that people go through, and I'd like to take time as a medical intuitive and talk about those things and the advice I give to clients.
My name is Orion. My story begins with the study of energy healing and martial arts. In 2003, I healed myself from a debilitating brain disorder, and I realized I could heal others too. You could say I had an epiphany about states of being. Years ago, I started my practice in Toronto. Now it is time to share with you. Welcome to my channel.
Hey, it's Orion here. Welcome to my channel, activatemyself.com. I'll be talking about spirituality. I'm going to be talking about everything that interests me, and hopefully that interests you. I'm going to answer some questions. I get the same questions over and over again. How do I deal with someone who's negative around me? How do I hold my heart? What do I do in a negative relationship? There's so many different things that people go through, and I'd like to take time as a medical intuitive and talk about those things and the advice I give to clients. So, welcome to my place. So right now I'm at Shape Health and Wellness. This is where I work in Toronto. So welcome to Canada if you're from anywhere else in the world. The cold up north, and this is where I do my concussion healing. I do reiki, spiritual counseling, lots of other modalities as well. And what I would like to do today is just talk a little bit about some of the main questions I get. So the first question I get all the time from people, as a medical intuitive, they come to me, they call me up, I do sessions online or I do sessions in my office, and they ask me questions like, how do I deal with someone who exhausts me? I have this sister, and no matter what happens, no matter what I give to her, whatever I say to her, it's never good enough. It's always poor me. I feel bad. I can't keep a job. The poor me. And this is a problem that people have with the poor me. So we're going to address this. When you deal with someone who is a poor me, which is a form of manipulation, that is a way of asking you to prove your love to them constantly because they don't hold love for themselves. The problem that happens with people is that they keep giving and giving and giving and giving, and no matter what they do, it's never enough. It's never good enough. They'll never truly validate that offering and the effort you give. And so I want to talk a little bit about how to deal with the poor me. So when you deal with a poor me, the one thing you want to do first off, when you know you're dealing with an energy manipulator, is to hold more energy in your body. So I want you to imagine that you're a cup filling up full of joy, filling up full of energy, full of heart energy, kundalini energy, spiritual energy. Reach out to the soul around you. Just be really tuned into yourself and really grounded in who you are in dealing with someone who's going to pull your energy away. The second thing is to not drop your level down in engaging that person. So if someone comes in with we'll call a lower energy. So if your energy, we'll give an arbitrary value of here, and someone has a lower energy of here, there's going to be that natural thing of commiserating with them, venting when they vent and sort of dropping energy down to that sort of misery level. And so instead of that, the best way that I teach people to deal with that is to hold your ground and stay at your vibration. You can comment on the fact that they feel lower than you. Comment in ways that are, so that's a really horrible thing that happened to you. And then follow it up with, so how are you going to solve it? How are you going to fix that problem? And when you ask questions along this line, it forces people to then go to that part of the brain or the part of the heart that says, oh, I should resolve this thing. I should let this thing go. And you're not being horrible to them. You're not ignoring them. You're engaging them, but at the same time, you're giving them permission to engage their own problem their own way. And you of course, can give advice, but don't expect that advice to be taken. But just say, so how are you going to solve that problem? And they're not going to like it. I'm just going to tell you straight up. They're not going to like the fact that you're calling them to solve their own problem. But here's the thing. When you do that, you can feel comfortable that you're actually being a good friend because you're bringing them to that awareness they need to go to. So that's one of the things that I recommend people with the poor me. So that's my first topic of poor me.